Hi, I'm Julie Day, and I'm going to bring you some recipes today from the amazing Power of Food. And today we're going to be making Power Bites. So first, what is the amazing Power of Food? Well, the amazing Power of Food is a nutrition program that I've developed over the last 13 years, and I've had the great opportunity to help thousands of people become healthier and really start to learn more about food. So today we're going to make what I call Power Bites, and in this recipe we're going to have about a cup of oats. Now these are regular oats, not 1 minute oats or quick oats, but just regular oats. About a half of a cup to a cup of dried fruit. Now a lot of times I like to use cranberries or raisins, but you can also use goji berries or dried blueberries. Anything that you prefer would be great in this recipe. We have 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. And if you want to use organic flaxseed, you can. A lot of times when I, help clients eat cleaner or do different things in regards to their health, I'll, suggest that they could go organic if they wanted to. And nowadays, even in your big superstores, you can get organic flaxseed. So there's organic flaxseed, about 2 tablespoons. We're going to also have almond butter. This is about a half of a cup of almond butter. You can use peanut butter though, if you'd like. We're going to have about 2 tablespoons of molasses. And an option here is to use either about a half of a cup of almond milk or regular milk, or you could actually, if you did not want to use either almond or regular milk, we could use a little grapeseed oil, but you would use a lot less if you're going to use the grapeseed oil. So you would use probably about 1/4 of a cup of grapeseed oil. We're also going to just use a pinch of cinnamon, and again, you can buy organic cinnamon if you like. And we're also going to use vanilla. Now, it is important to use a really high quality vanilla when you are doing things like this, making smoothies, in your oatmeal even, or in different recipes. Good vanilla really makes a very, very big difference. We're going to use a little bit of honey today. And in place of honey, you can also use agave syrup, which is an alternative. It's really your preference. And then the last but not least, we have just a tiny pinch of salt. So we're going to start putting this together in your food processor. I want you to go ahead and put in your oats and your dried fruit. And now, before we process everything, I'm going to add in the nuts. And we'll put on our lid. We'll just pulse it a few times to give it a nice, finer consistency. We're going to go ahead and place that in our bowl. All right. And next, we're just going to add in the rest of the ingredients. It's that simple. We're going to add in our flaxseed. We're going to add in our almond butter or peanut butter. I have almond butter today. And I like to use a little spatula to try to get all that good almond butter out of there because it's a little sticky. And then we're going to pour in our molasses. And then we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. It's quite a bit of cinnamon, but cinnamon is actually really, really good for you. It has lots of anti-inflammatory properties. And I've actually written a couple of books, and one book that I've written is called The Clean 15. And it was an anti-inflammatory menu. It was a short 15-day menu, but it really helped a lot of people regain their health. It helped a lot of people lower their cholesterol. And we actually have done a university study on some of the meal plans that I'll be sharing with you later throughout some of these YouTube series. And the actual meal plans have lowered people's cholesterol over 50 points in only 15 days. So that's big. That's progress. So I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of our ingredients. We're going to have a half of a teaspoon of vanilla and 1 tablespoon of honey. And if you can buy local honey, that's always preferable in recipes like this. All right. And just a pinch of salt. Now the reason we use salt, there's already sodium in your almond butter generally, or your peanut butter, but we're going to add a pinch of salt because it actually brings out the sweetness that comes from the honey and the molasses and the dried fruit. So I'm just going to do a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and this is just sea salt. Now we're going to mix this together. So what's really great about these Power Bites is you can actually freeze them. If you make several bites and you realize that it's been about 4 or 5 days, because you actually have a 4 or 5 day shelf life in the refrigerator. But if you find that you haven't eaten them yet, or you and your kids, or you just haven't gone through them yet, definitely put them in the freezer and they'll stay good for at least a couple of months. So you basically just stir these ingredients together. We have a nice little sticky consistency here, and this is going to be perfect for us to make our bites. Okay, so we're going to just blend this together. And then make sure you have a little sheet of parchment paper or wax paper. It helps food not stick, so that whenever you go to pick up your Power Bites to store them, they're not going to be sticky or stick to anything. I'm going to take these little Power Bites. You can either form them in little balls. If you have an ice cream scooper, that works really well too. And you just form it into a little ball. And each recipe makes about 18 to 20 Power Bites. And these are great bites that are wonderful for snacks. They're super filling. They've got, lots of potassium and magnesium. Great for athletes. If you have kids who play games and sports and you really want a great snack for them to take to school with them, or to have after school right before their practice or after their practice, it's a great alternative also to granola. And I love them. Remember, they're really good refrigerated too. So you want to refrigerate these as soon as you make them. I like to actually use some of these bites in smoothies, where you can actually eat your smoothie with a spoon. I like to kind of place them in my smoothies. I also love it in yogurt. It's a great, great, great breakfast in the morning. Gives you long-lasting energy for the rest of the day for sure. And now I'm going to get a little Tupperware dish to place these in, or you can use a freezer bag, whichever works for you. And we're just going to move our bites into a Tupperware dish. Now I like to use a little piece of parchment paper in between each layer. Place it here so that the Power Bites don't stick together while they're being stored. These are great little gifts also. I know it sounds crazy that a Power Bite would be a gift, but this is a great gift to give some of your friends, because everybody loves a healthy snack and they love when other people make their healthy food, right? So we'll put these up, place these in the refrigerator or the freezer, and they're ready to go. I hope you really enjoyed this Power Bite recipe, and I look forward to bringing you more recipes from the amazing power of food.